Welcome, Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters alike. It is once again time. Griever, as always, bringing you guys GenLocke Challenge, part number 6, leg 6, the final part of leg 6. And you guys are probably wondering, what is GenLocke? What do you mean by leg 6? What do you mean part 6? Let's get underway with this, because right over here you have the explanation of what is a GenLocke. Well, you guys have heard of Nuzlocke, obviously. This is a generation lock, meaning that we play multiple parts. We play multiple games, and we do them all as one giant, super Nuzlocke challenge. So, we are on the final leg, or the final part of our second to last leg, honestly. We decided we are actually going to go forth with Sun and Moon if we are successful here by the end of this final part for Pokemon Y. We managed to get to Pokemon Y. You can see our graveyard of unfortunate Hall of Famers, nearly one and all, but we have a steady, solid roster right below us. You know, we have Ankelagon, our Charizard, we have Nidoboy, our Nido King, we have Escanor, our great Tyrantrum, we have our Castigova, who is, of course, Boss Anova, such a better name. We have Brootroot, our Venusaur, and we have Jerry, our Umbreon. A very solid team going forward. Some new additions, very new additions to the team to finish off Generation Y here in our final part. So, without further ado, let's get underway with it and see if we can finally clear our 6th leg of our GenLocke challenge. And immediately, we're in Victory Road already, as you guys know. And boom! A John, the Lego Dragon-type Pokemon. That everyone has called the Lego because of the bright red head, and then the blue body and all that stuff looking very bright and stuff like that. We start off with Escanor here. We go immediately for the crunch because we don't want to kill this thing. We want to catch this thing, but Escanor takes some heavy damage from a Dragon Claw there, and we decide, alright, so we're like, alright, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Do we want to really, at this stage, we're like, alright, we're going to throw a Pokeball. We're going to throw a Great Ball at a Judge on level like 59 or some shit. I'm like, holy crap, are we this daring? Really? And he goes for a Dragon Claw again. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. Level 59, what are we thinking? We gotta switch. Like, we want the possibility, just in case the worst should happen. A viable Dragon-type Pokemon. 100% viable. Not exactly the best Dragon-type, but, I mean, I've actually never used one competitively, so I actually don't know, but I assume it's a one-stager. Probably pretty good, especially having that Dragon typing. So, we switch into Brootroot, our Venusaur. We jump in with a Mega Evolution here. And we're looking to just do some easy damage here. So a quick cut there that almost kills him. Almost gets him down to nothing. But now, that's our best bet. So now we can just start, maybe at this range, we can use up some of our Ultra Balls. We're at the last leg of the run. Why not throw out our Ultra Balls? See what we can do with it. And no dice. No dice with the Ultra Ball. In comes a Rock Climb, which does some pretty hefty damage there, enough to make me worried even in our Mega State, that I'm going to jump into either Charizard or Umbreon. I jump into Ankelagon the Black, of course, the greatest dragon in fantasy. Now, we take a hit. We're not that worried because we're just going to lob. Are we going to do something different? No, but yeah, alright, I just misclicked there. So we're going to launch another Ultra Ball, because once again, what use do we have for them left? At this point, this is probably our last route to catch anything. This, maybe one more route at best. So we take another hit with a Dragon Claw attack. Once again, this John is giving us a little bit of grief here. And on another Ultra Ball, the third Ultra Ball, caught. So one Great Ball, 3 Ultra Balls later, and boom. But it gave us a bit of a challenge, did it not? Yes, it did. Now, Once again, I thought we were a little over-leveled. I thought we were a little overpowered, but I forgot the levels of the Elite Four going forward. Because look, Victory Road has nearly level 60s. Our guys being level 60 is not as over-leveled as I initially thought when we were getting a little too tough, a little too big for our britches, in my opinion, just because of the experience share and other things. And I was like, no, no, we're not. So we called the John Dudley the Dragon. Obviously Dudley the Dragon. If you guys did not grow up in the 90s, you have no idea who Dudley the Dragon is. But he's amazing. Alright, so here we go. Now it's time for rival battle. Probably our final rival battle of Pokemon Y. And are we ready for it? Are we going to get it on? Get it on like Donkey Kong? Let's go for it! We're going to battle up against Serena, who launches out her Meowstic. And we go with Brute Root to start. Okay, Brute Root to start. Not bad. We immediately decide to switch into Jerry because, yeah, Meowstic. So, obviously I didn't do too much research going forward. I had a bad start right there. That, or when I was playing, I was caught unawares. I wasn't sure where the rival started or some shit. Anyways, we immediately jump into Jerry. Our wall. Our beautiful, gorgeous, cat-like wall. And boom, we take, because we don't give a shit. Our bite is going to do way more. Yeah. Ha. And our leftovers are going to heal up all that damage anyways. So, we are sitting pretty. And Jerry is quite pretty. Umbreon is a gorgeous-ass Pokemon. Shiny or not, doesn't matter. Always been pretty. So, boom, 2 bites, down goes the Meowstic. And Brute Root gains level 65. Escanor also, level 65. Needle Boy, level 65. Now when that 5 turns into a 9, then we can really praise it. Then we can really get talking. So an Altaria, a level 58 Altaria, a little bit scary. So I immediately go for the Toxic, just want to see what this thing is going to do. It's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Which initially I'm like, oh damn, and then nothing. Why? Because special defensive wall, baby. We could sit here all day. There wouldn't be an issue. But you know what? I think I'm just going to try a little bit of Swift. I'm going to try my own attack stats, see what I can do. I can't do much more than chip damage, obviously, at this point. And even though I can survive, you know, these super effective, awesome attacks for days, I'm probably going to get a little bored of this. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm probably going to switch out, in all honesty. Because I got better things to do than play a chip battle game, you know? So in rocks, Nido Boy, the king himself, runs into this. Takes a special attack, fall. That's not great, but either way, I'm pretty sure that if we go for a, I don't know, a little bit of that Thunderbolt action maybe, or Earth Power, who knows? And for some reason I went for Earth Power. This thing can fly. What was I thinking? Was I assuming a switch out there? I have no idea. Now we go for the Thunderbolt. I don't know why I thought, you know, going for that Confide and stuff. I don't know why I assumed going for the Earth Power was a good idea, unless I was assuming a switch for some reason. Either way, we Thunderbolt, a little bit of Toxic, and boom, Jerry's also level 65. So is Bossa Nova. And I can only assume that Ankelagon is beyond level 65 at this point. In comes the Delphox. Now we can easily go for the Surf, but I have a feeling that that Psychic Blast that's incoming is not going to feel too great. So we are going to jump into Bossa Nova, not Jerry surprisingly. We're going to take the Psychic hit. It doesn't do actually that much, and now we're in a position, of course, to use a Waterfall. Now that we have a powerful physical water type attack, with our attack stagger as high as it is, this is going to one-shot. Yeah, no question in my mind that was going to one-shot, 100%. Boom. That was why I chose to do it, I guess. And in jumps the Jolteon, level 57. Alrighty, well, we definitely have a few answers for that. Who are we gonna pick? Honestly, it's so sad because I love Jolteon. If Umbreon hadn't been an option, my guy, I would have gone for a Jolteon if we were limited to, the 3. Probably would have chosen a Jolteon. I love Jolteon. I love Flareon too. I love both of them. They're so cool. I don't get enough opportunity to use like a Flareon or a Jolteon, so. And we decided to switch into Nidoboy, Earth Power, One Shot, the whole deal. And then I believe the last Pokemon is Absol. And we go straight for the Earth Power. There's no Mega Ring yet, so down goes the Absol with 1 Earth Power. Nidoboy cleans up, sweeps up, and boom. And we beat our rival for probably the last time. I'm going to assume so before the Elite Four. I'm going to make that assumption. And we get the nice scene of them talking about it and being like, oh, you're so great, I'm like, yeah, I know. So, keep getting stronger, absolutely. Of course we will, Serena. You gotta have faith in me. I am about to kick ass at the Elite Four, trust me. And here we go. So imposing, so cool. I love this music too. Like, this is what the Elite Four is. This is the Indigo Plateau, except it's in Kalos, so whatever. But still, it's like, yeah, it's a monumental temple of excellence. Like, look, this would be the Hall of Fame. Like, on the wall would be all the great Elite Four members of the past. And, like, it's a museum of greatness, see? Like, all the photos of different, like, this is what it would all be about. Yeah, 100%. It's got that feel of elegance, you know what I mean? That regalness that the Elite Four, this is the place to be. And then we meet up with one of the Elite Four members herself, Malva, who introduces us to the Elite Four and all the idea and stuff. And a lot of people go against Malva first. I don't know the exact order you're supposed to go into. See, nowadays, just like with some other seasons, you don't actually, you sort of have a choice, like Season 5 and stuff like that. So we decide to go with the Blazing Chamber. I believe I've always gone after her first, but apparently she's supposed to be like 4th or something, but no idea, right? Comes the fire. Comes the fire. I'll make the pizza. Let's go. Alright, so I think we are ready. Alright, of course we're gonna save because things might go sour and you just never know. It's time to face the music. Or fire and the flames. One or the other. Dragon Force style, right? Alright, welcome to the Blazing Chamber. Malva. We got this. As hot as she is. See what I did there? We got this. Female Pyroar who, for some reason, looks so much better than male Pyroar. What did they do to my boy, Bossa Nova starting off with an easy waterfall. Immediately start off this way. But Noble Roar. Immediately lowering both our attack and our special attack, but only by one stage. It's not so bad, though we just managed not to kill the Pyroar. So obviously our attack stat being lowered did matter right then and there. So I immediately go for the waterfall again, probably figuring the full restore was coming, and we equal out again, so it must be either maxed out in what we were going to do. But thankfully, if we're using up her items this early, it means we don't have to worry about them later on. So if we continue to go for the waterfall attacks, we're getting lower and lower rolls, but at this point, I figure 2 full restores is probably all she has as an Elite Four member. Boom, 1 Aqua Jet, we take her out, no problem. We outspeed her with the Aqua Jet. So, boom, there we have Pyroar, gone. Now in comes a Torkoal, level 63. We immediately are going to go for the waterfall again. We're going to outspeed the Torkoal. Turtle to turtle. I'm sorry, my guy, but this thing is defensive as fuck. And then he decides to go for what? For a curse. And then we decide for the waterfall there. I think that was curse anyways. Did I misread that? Either way, doesn't matter, because boom. I know it wasn't Shell Smash, that's for damn sure. I was pretty sure it was cursing. Anyways, it's moving really fast. I guess I'm going through this pretty fast. Chandelure. And going for the Shadow Ball. That one's fairly obvious. Giving us a good, decent amount of attack, but we still decide to go for the waterfall. We stay in, we go for the waterfall. A lot less defense on that thing, though still manages to burn our rock water type. Big problem there, because now our attack stat is also down, but also down again due to the burn. We go for the Aqua Jet, knowing that she's not gonna be able to full restore. We're gonna get rid of the Chandelure. At least we got 3 out of 4. Now we're burned again here. In comes the Talon Flame. And once again, this is Elite Four that only has 4 Pokemon, 4 each, and we're still struggling like that. Like we're not like we were back in Gen 5, of course, but still. The fact that we can't sweep a single one is kind of scary. Talonflame comes in. Brave Birds. So I'm glad I switched into a rock type so it wasn't very effective, because god damn, that would have hurt. Now we can easily go for the Head Smash here, which will definitely one-shot, being rock type against a flying type. Yeah, we got this. We got this easily. If it hits, and boom. No problem. It was going to one-shot without that recoil damage, without anything. We get burned by the flame body, of course. Very useful for egg hatching, which I did so much of. Hatched about 4,000 eggs in my own copy of Pokemon Y, actually. About 4,000 eggs. It was a lot of eggs. I was going for shinies. What can I say? Either way, Malva is defeated. No losses so far. Obviously, we're going to have to heal up Bossa Nova a little bit there and maybe get rid of that burn on Escanor, but so far I think we're doing okay. So we leave the burning chamber. Where we're going to go next? Normally I believe I go to Wickstrom. Is that his name? Wickstrom? The steel guy. The steel guy is normally where I go next. I usually save the Dragon Lady for last, as is tradition. So I usually go in order. I usually go Flame, Steel, Water, and then Dragon is my usual order. But apparently Water is the last that you're supposed to go for. That or Malva, so very odd there. But obviously you guys can see that I'm doing my heal ups here. I'm using full heals and stuff. Or burn heals. Whatever I can use just to make sure that I'm using up the right things. A full restore makes the most sense at this junction. Both burned and needs a heavy heal. You know, that kind of idea. So, and then I look for a burn heal. I do have at least one burn heal. Should have brought burn heal, and I did have a burn heal. Thankfully, used it up. Used a super potion on Bossa Nova there, so we're all good. Yeah, looks pretty good. Plus the rare candies might have come in handy too. I guess I didn't realize that I had the rare candies, and I think I made that mistake last time, saving up the rare candies till when and if I needed them, sort of idea. Always saving them for the very end of the Elite Four when I was done grinding, and never utilizing them. I think I made that mistake last run, so this time I was like, oh shit, maybe I should use those. So I used them up, and boom, yeah, as I thought, I go for the steel type. Wickstrom, the Knight. Let's go. So we're going to go up against our Knight here. The Knight of the Elite Four. Let's see what he's got for me other than that Aegis Slash with King's Shield. Such an annoying thing to get around. Let's go. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna show me? Let's go. Seriously, let's go. Wickstrom. Bring it, baby. And he starts off with his car keys. Impressive. Very impressive. Car keys against an immortal dragon the size of like 16 mountains. Well, you gave it a good shot. I mean, you gave it a good shot. Yeah. Okay. Cool. In comes Probopass. Now we have a bit of an issue because I'm gonna flamethrower, but this guy is rock steel, so it's like, all right, you're only gonna do so much, and then that, holy shit, power gem is something to fear. I go for another flamethrower. Thankfully, killed the Probopass, but I'm like, god damn. That did way more than I thought. I thought I could tank that a little better, obviously. We are officially level 70, though. And we gotta goddamn get out of here like anything. And I stay in. I'm like, what about Bullet Punch? And I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. Still, what about Bullet Punch? Flying Fire. I got this. I can tank that. 41 HP. I can do it. So I don't care about the outspeeding Bullet Punch that may or may not come in. So I get out of dodge here on the Aegislash, because this thing I will not be able to one-shot. I am not going to be able to do that. So 3 out of 4, once again, not bad. Not bad. Here we go. We go into who nobody expected, Brute. Let's go, baby. Brute. Jumping in here. Immediately going to Mega. And then Leech Seed. We're going to make this the war of attrition. Instead of trying to one-shot this thing, it's got defensive markups, it's got, King Shield, it's going to keep switching between super attacking and super defense. I'm just going to wear the motherfucking shit down on this bitch. And you think, oh, I can't Toxic your ass because you're steel, right? Well, I can certainly Leech Seed your ass and still take health for everybody. All good. So switches this to its sword mode, which looks badass, by the way. I would have an Aegislash if it wasn't for that ugly ass shield mode it takes. So we take a little bit of that, and then I go for the Petal Blizzard. I'm just like, I'm curious to see how much can I really do. For not very effective, that's actually pretty good. We take a heavy hit there. Not super heavy, but still heavy. I mean, it is an Aegislash, and we're not very effective. The Leech Seed gives us a little bit of breathing room again, and then I'm like, alright, let's Petal Blizzard again. Let's see what we can do. It's taking the Leech Seed damage. Goes for the King's Shield, of course. We go for the Petal Blizzard. No big deal, because the Leech Seed is once again doing all our damage for us. And all we're doing is regaining health. We're back into the green. There's no reason to switch. Gonna go for the full restore, but once again, the one thing full restore, it can restore paralysis, sleep, burn, freeze even. It cannot restore Leech Seed. Leech Seed is on the field, baby, and you are caught in my trap. Brute has got this by the ass, baby. Let's go. We do not need to fear Aegislash and its high density attack buttons. Like that. I mean, technically we do. That's why we have Leech Seed on the field. But we're good to go. Yeah, we're taking a lot from them. Petal Blizzard is doing actually quite hefty damage, especially in that attack mode. Because of the attack mode, the defense is down, and boom, managed to get it from the yellow into the red and down, done like dinner. Brute coming in clutch, baby. Okay, so there's 2 Elite Four members to dust. From dawn to dusk. Now, who are we going to go up against next? Normally, once again, I think, what is his name? Not Siegfried, Saboy? Whatever, the water guy. Obviously, we're going to use up our super potions at this point. There's no reason to hold on to these bad boys. Let's heal up everyone that we can, everyone that we need to. Let's use up our potions, super potions, even our hyper potions at this point. Let's make sure everyone is as strong as possible going forward, because we still have a fully functional and healthy team. I just don't want to fucking lose anybody else. We've lost enough, if you guys can tell. We have lost enough champions. Even the one without a star, even Luke the Raticate deserves the love. Love and affection. Okay. So after making a lot of decisions, obviously, we got a fade and function there. So obviously, either I was taking a piss, taking a break, something like that. making some different decisions, looking at the Elite Four, you know, who was I going to go up against next, etc. Which normally, as I said, this is when I go up against the water guy. And no, I'm going up against the Dragon Mistress herself. Grandmother of Lance. Headcanon. But still, Grandmother of Lance herself, the French Queen of Dragons. Let's go. I love how it's like big and epic and then just purple incense rising. Like everything else has been so big and strong and epic, and just like, yeah, alright. Let's go off against the old lady with Dragon Fangs as her goddamn Dracena, as her goddamn earrings. Like, look at those earrings. God damn, the woman is fire. So let's go. And Nido Boy to start up against the Dragalge. We're going for, what did we learn? Of course, we switched all, we have a fully functioning Nido Boy. Our king is here to serve. Taking serfs like nobody's business. He's got Ice Beam, he's got Earth Power, he's got Sludge Bomb. He's got a full array of just sheer force, doubling the damage. Shit. He is ready to go. He's got type coverage galore. And against a team like this, he is ready to go. Ice beaming most of his way to victory in all honesty. And of course, the Dragon Pulse is going to do a lot more than I thought. A lot more than I thought. So now I'm a little scared, but the Ice Beam was ×4, of course. On the sheer force, we had no issue there. Once again, this would also be a ×4, but I am scared to death of losing Nido Boy. So what are we going to do? Switch out into our wall? I think we switch out into our wall, don't you? Don't I? Yeah. No. Not Brute Root. No. Terrible idea. This thing could have a flying type move and mess up our day. Goes for the Dragon Pulse. That's kind of lucky. Still does a hefty little bit of damage there. We obviously go for the Mega. There's no reason not to. And my immediate thought is to go for Leech Seed. You know. And it's not a bad move. Toxic might have been better, but we, you know, like, or Sludge Bomb, something. But either way, we go for the Leech Seed. Maybe it was the good move because now it's Sing, and no matter what we do, as I already explained last time with the full restore and stuff like that, it'll never be taken off the field as long as, you know, she's sitting there. So we're asleep, but we're okay. We're sitting alright. So now we're going for the Sludge Bomb while we're asleep. We're going to see what she's going to do. She's going to keep Dragon Pulsing. She's going to do decent damage, but as a Mega, our special defense has risen quite a bit. We're not taking near as much as we did as normal. We also are Leech Seeding our health back. We wake up, go for a Sludge Bomb, which does hefty damage and also poisons. Not badly, but still, and then goes for the Cotton Guard, which at this point, it doesn't matter that your defense is raised. You're taking Leech Seed damage, you're going to take poisoning damage. I'm getting health back from the Leech Seed. This is the combo. This is what Venusaur is built on, baby. Mega Venusaur is a force, and once you let him set up like this, what are you going to do? And now we just get, yeah. Sit back, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do. We sit back, and we enjoy the show. We're almost back at full health, and this thing has exhausted all its possibilities. Let's go. And there goes the Altaria. We need to deal with one more. Just one more thing, Jackie. One more thing. A Digital. And I believe we've seen your kind around here before. We go for the Leech Seed, baby. If we could set up on Altaria, why not set up on this bitch? What's the worst that happens? Oh, I could do that. But we got the Leech Seed off, so it doesn't really matter. And oh, brings out Escanor, who we gratefully accept the Leech Seed damage from. I'm pretty sure that we can Dragon Claw this thing and win out in a Dragon match if we need to. So let's see. Yep. We one-shot because our attack stat is so goddamn good. Of course, we do take the rough skin damage. We don't get the leech seeds damage, obviously, back because, well, we one-shotted. But still. Alright, awesome. Is about to learn Rock Slide. And I'm like, oh, better than Head Smash. Realistically, better than Head Smash. We don't take the heavy recoil damage. It's got more PP. I mean, the damage is less, but still, you know, and the accuracy, I think, is better and stuff. Rock Slide is just a better choice. Head Smash was there for the type coverage, not because I wanted to use it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, alright. Okay, I think we're good to go here. Now, that was the battle against Dracaena. And she was a pretty hefty opponent, not gonna lie. And she sends us off with a wave, like a grandmother would. Like a grandmother would. She's adorable. Alright, so now we're going back, and we're going to face our final challenge, which is actually going to be the water type. Let's go. So obviously we're going to heal up here after our battle. Got to get Needle Boy back up to snuff here. I mean, obviously he's not looking very pretty right now, is he? No, sir. So we heal up our team. Not that I don't think Needle Boy's going to be exactly crucial going up against the water guy. Yeah, no. Likely not, but you never know who will save us in a pinch. You never know what type of crazy switch in may or may not happen. So, yeah. Either way, I think we're ready to go underway here, aren't we? No, what am I doing? Oh, I'm using art. Really? That's how cheap I am, ladies and gentlemen. That's how cheap I am. Use up the orange berries. Use up any citrus or orange berries to get as much out of them as I possibly can. Boom. Now we're down to the water. The flood chamber, I should say. Not the water chamber. The flood chamber. Let's see how cool this shit is. As we're risen up into the mausoleum of the flood chamber. And as they turn. Down falls the rain. And my video couldn't even handle that. That's why I went, pause. Alright, we're rendering. Boom! And look at that. Flooding. Hence the flood chamber. You know, accurate name. Not gonna lie. And here we go. The chef. Very Sanji based here. No, I simply can't say. You there, young man. Pose a question to you. Is Pokemon battling an art? Well, I mean, it depends. Is golf an art? Is trading cards an art? It depends on what you define as an art, realistically speaking. So, Sebald challenges me. Very French-ass name. Probably butchering. Jumps out with, actually, a Pokemon I love. I love the giant, just lobster claw. Like, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Clawed, sir. So, obviously, we're starting off with Brute Root, and even though these guys have Ice Beam and stuff, I'm not as concerned. I'm going to Mega immediately and go for the Petal Blizzard, aren't I? Yep. And that is going to take no time of getting rid of the Lobster-type Pokemon. So sad. I also love Kingler. Kingler is so underappreciated. Appreciated in Season 1. In comes the Starmie, another dangerous Pokemon, another dangerous water type. Because of the, you know, the psychic abilities, the special attacking, the move pool, a lot of reasons. But even with that light screen up, Petal Blizzard, baby! Petal Blizzard. Forget Petal Dance, that shit was annoying and weak. We have Petal Blizzard. In jumps the Gyarados, who of course is going to be able to resist our Petal Blizzard just to neutral damage. And it still resists way more than I thought. And then it gets scared. Bitch starts Dragon Dancing. And I'm like, okay. What am I gonna do? And then it Dragon Dances again. Down of speeding us. So we're like, okay, gotta seed this thing, right? That's my first and foremost. So I seed this damn thing, but now its attack stat is ×2, its speed is ×2. I'm not gonna be able to outspeed it with just about anything on the team at this point. Now I'm like, okay, I just gotta hit it with some neutral damage, hopefully poison while damaging it at the same time. 3 Dragon Dances, I really gotta get some shit going on here, so I Sludge Bomb it. Doesn't do very much and does not poison, but thankfully the Leech Seed has been doing its work while this bitch has been Dragon Dancing for days. And this is when the full restore comes in, so I'm sort of glad at that point that I didn't get the much needed poison at that point, because it wouldn't have mattered, right? But the Leech Seed has been doing its work. The light screen is officially worn off. And now this is where I decided to go for the poison powder outside of using a sludge bomb, because I'm like, okay, whether I poison or not is sort of irrelevant. I still missed with the poison powder, and I'm like, well, I guess it is kind of relevant that I do some damage at the very least. Like, why would I switch that up? So I think I made a mistake here. All these Dragon Dances are scaring the living shit out of me. But then I'm realizing, okay, I'm going to poison this thing because it's only going for Dragon Dances, because I don't think it has anything to actually hurt me with. It has nothing that's actually going to be able to one-shot Venusaur from this range. And I finally poisoned it with the poison powder. We're going to be doing extra chip damage, double chip damage. No reason to go for that anymore. Let's go for the Sludge Bomb again. It goes for Earthquake. Does a shit ton of damage. I mean, I was not expecting an Earthquake. I should have, since, you know who with Lysander, but I did not expect that, so I'm sitting here like, I got lucky there. I got lucky that that thing's attack didn't have a single, like, Ice Fang or anything like that. I would have been SOL. So I get rid of, the Rocky thingy, and, I always forget that guy's name. He's such an ugly-ass Pokemon, never used him. Got him to level 100, and that was the end of it. But yeah, so that Gyarados was actually getting kind of scary, and the switch in was scarier for me. Switching in, and I thought about it, I was like, what exactly would I have done with, like, Jerry or something, like something that could have walled it, you know what I mean? So I was scared, obviously, Earthquake on a lot of guys, any water type moves, so I couldn't switch into the first 4 realistically, and then what was Jerry actually going to do? He would have been able to wall him and toxic him, sure, but I was actually better on staying in and trying to get as much Leech Seed damage and maybe poisoning this guy as possible. So I think I did make the best call in that particular situation. But here's where we get ready, we heal up our team, and now I guess it's boom. We make some decisions here, and it's like, alright, who are we going to switch to? Who are we going to choose? We got to make some decisions. I don't know if that's the final roster we ended up choosing. I have no idea. Either way, we go into the Radiant Chamber. I remember that this actually took place after, because I was so tired after I beat the Elite Four basically all in one go, and then I ended up thinking that I could do this, but then I said, you know what, no, I don't have like a perfect sweep strategy, so I'm going to save before I actually do this. So I remember saving, and Diantha she's a alright champion, like, people say she's an extremely weak champion, but you can get caught off guard with her very easily. If you're not prepared or you don't know her move sets or something like that, you can easily lose something. Critical hits happen, all that stuff, She's got versatility as well. And this music. God damn. So now we're up against the champion. It's all that's left, baby. Please tell me it's all that's left. It's all that's left. Haven't lost a thing. Nido boy. Up to bat. Let's hit it out of the park. With a thunder. Okay, flying crest first. How that kind of hurt. Thunderbolt, baby! Boom! And it one-shots Halucha. That thing gives me nightmares. Alright, so Ancalagon is officially level 71. Is about to actually learn Heat Wave of all things. Really? In our 70s, we need a new move. Yeah. And in comes Aurorasaurus. I can't say it correctly. Aurorasus. Should be Aurorasaurus. Is what it should be. Because Aurora Borealis, Saurus, as in the dinosaur. All makes sense to me. Anyways, Earth Power is going to one-shot this thing, no problem, because of course ice and the ice typing and stuff like that, but also the, well, it wouldn't be so much the ice typing. It's ×2 either way. It's ×2, ×4, whatever. And then in comes the Kinigas. Of course, we're going to Earth Power. The rock typing is going to allow us to do at least ×2. That's more than enough dealing with the sheer force. So we take out the 2 fossils. Now we're 3 for 3 already with just Nidoboy. Nidoboy pulling his weight and proving that we can maybe... Can we sweep? Can we sweep? Let's go. Ice Beam on a Goodra. Is this guy not ready to go to the champion? And oh... Takes a hefty Muddy Water because Ice Beam, even with sheer force, only does half to the damn Goodra. That Goodra is one tough cookie. So yeah, 2 Ice Beams needed, required, possibly a third, because it only just made it to half. 2 low rolls and it wouldn't have happened. In comes the Glorgius. And this thing, or Glorgeist, I guess, because Glorgeist, ooh. But an Ice Beam, no big deal. Boom, down, done like dinner. So we're still sweeping. We're not one-shot sweeping, but we're sweeping. In comes the Gardevoir, who we know is going to Mega. The sheer force happens, and I'm like, Sludge Bomb, baby. I think I got you. And I'm like, I only have 102 health left. Should I try it? Should I not? Do I risk it? Do I not? What do I want to do? And that's when I immediately decide, you know what? I know this thing's going to Mega, and it's probably going to try its, you know, either a Psychic or a Moonblast, something like that. Probably a Psychic, but I figured, you know, if it's going to Moonblast, then I should try to tank it. But it goes for the Psychic because of the poison typing, and I take... Yeah, that was a stupid goddamn play. That was really stupid. I should have just immediately done this and switched into Jerry. The Psychic wouldn't have hurt so much, and, I mean, it wouldn't have hurt at all, as we just right there see. Then it goes for the Moonblast. Obviously, this is going to hurt. Yeah, that actually hurt quite a bit, but we did get a Toxic off, which is the main thing. We got the Toxic off on the Mega. Now, the Leftovers does help us, but we're not at full that we can take another Moonblast, though the Toxic is definitely going to be vital going forward because it's going to stack, which is fantastic. Now, I could heal up here, but that would be a terrible idea because it's just going to Moonblast, going to keep Moonblasting. So this is where we switch out to something that can tank a Moonblast, which is Bossa Nova, can at least tank 1, giving us a little more time to think. When Moonblast comes in, and a critical hit. We're lucky it didn't kill, because I expected that thing to do well over half. I didn't expect it to be a critical, and I could have easily killed. So Bossa Nova is now no good to us. Now we're getting a little scared. Here at the very end, we were sweeping 5 for 5 with Nidoboy. And then because I got cocky, what are we into now? So then we jump into our ace. We jump into Ankelagon the Black. We end up taking the damage. Now the poison has definitely stacked a little bit at this point. Go for a flamethrower, which does incredible amounts of damage. This thing goes for a thunderbolt. Should have killed us. Doesn't, and that poison has stacked enough to get us the W. And I don't know if I had anybody to switch into at that point that was going to be able to tank that. Escanor maybe one more turn of the poison, but then it might have been a full restore story and we might have been back to a whole nother kettle of fish. Thankfully, close calls, but we defeat the champion. I made some mistakes there, not gonna lie. But I've made mistakes in the past, and looking at our graveyard, those mistakes hurt like a bitch. So at least this time I was able to recover from my mistakes and we got to move forward. So that's awesome. we're only at a total of 7 losses throughout 6 gens of Pokemon. And we managed to keep alive this roster, this current roster of Pokemon. So, really cool that. Excellent. And now we basically just sit here and watch the credits as we load up our Pokemon into the Hall of Fame. All in Pokeballs, of course. We don't need none of that Ultra Ball shit. Hall of Fame. Nidoboy the Nidoking. Escanor. Cherry. Root. And Calagon the Black. Bossa Nova. And this makes up. We are now the Pokemon League champion with these 6. Each one of them gains a star. Let's go. This will be Bossa Nova's 2nd star. It'll be Escanor, Root, and Jerry's 1st star. And it makes both Nidoboy and Ankelagon not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, but 6-time champions, baby. Let's go. Super excited by that. So, like, that's amazing. That's amazing. So here at the end, of course, we're going to see the ending credits and stuff like that. We're going to see the final scene here. We walk up and we accept the, yay, we saved the world. Hey, how you doing? Looking good. You know. I don't know what half of these people did, but I know that I saved the world. Goddamn. I know I did my part. That's all I know. And Professor Sycamore is there. Looking studly as ever, to be fair, for a French dude. You know. It's like, yep, here you go. Here's your badge. Here's your thank you from the city. You know, I'm so proud of you and stuff. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad. I mean, Professor. God, I wish I had hair like that. And that's when the secret ending. That's not so secret, it happens no matter how you end up. It would have been cool if this was locked behind something, like you had to clear the Elite Four perfectly. You had to have like level 100s, you had to have a perfect Pokedex. It would have been nice if this ending was locked behind certain conditions in a way. And here we battle against a super tall motherfucking hobo giant named AZ. And here we go, baby. Boogity boogity boo. What do you got for me? A Torkoal. And go Nidoboy. I do wonder one thing, though. What happens if we actually lose a Pokemon here? Technically, I think I would have to count it. You know what I mean? I would have to count this is a loss if we actually ended up... I mean, everyone's fully healed, so it's all good. But still, what if you actually lost a Pokemon here? I think as Nuzlocke rules, it would have to count. I mean, technically Nuzlocke is over the moment the Elite Four champion is defeated. So maybe this wouldn't count. I would argue it would, because it'd be kind of hard to lose it where you're fully restored. You could switch out. You know, you have all availability of items. I don't know. I would think this would actually count if you were to like get a crit here or something. Yeah, because I believe I switch. Do I switch? Do I switch to Jerry? No, I go for the Earth Power. I take the Phantom Force attack. Which doesn't do that much, really, but still. So yeah. I do question what would happen if I actually lost a Pokemon there. I think I would have had to count it in all honesty, but it's all good. AZ, or AZ, or Az, whatever you want to call him, has officially been defeated. So that is the official end of the game as far as I'm aware. And the soundtrack, of course, for this game is just... it's so good. It's incredibly good. And here comes, of course, the Pokemon that he lost all those years ago. It's finally come back to him. It's been alive, immortal like him this whole time. A very special ancient floret. I like to call it ancient floret because obviously it's got a different, but it's been alive for 1,000 years, and obviously evolution, sorry religious people, but evolution is a thing. So, you know, yeah. Floret. Yeah. I could keep saying floret. It's been 3,000 years. So yeah, evolution happened here. That's why it looks different from the ones we know today and stuff like that. I'm 100% behind that theory. I'm not the one who came up with it. I'm sure other people call her ancient, I suppose, be the word for it. So yeah, waiting for him to return, the man who loved his Pokemon, you know? Of course. Oh, isn't that sweet? That's so nice. And there, ladies and gentlemen, we officially end. And for some reason it froze up at that very point. But, at least on my screen. And, boom! The end. So, alright, so that's the end of our run for Pokemon Y. Now, I said we were originally, when we first started, I said if we managed to get as far as Kalos, we were probably going to end at Kalos. But I managed to get my hands on some ROMs that are compatible with all the editing software I use to put, like, you know, the eggs and give myself the rewards and all that stuff for the other games in here and stuff like that. So I think what I'm actually going to do is 100% play Sun before we call this GenLocke challenge complete. I'm not going to go as far as Sword. I've never played Sword or anything like that. One day I might, but for right now I think what I'm going to do is we're going to call this not yet complete. We're going to play Sun, and we're going to call Sun the completion, or Moon, whichever one. I think I have Pokemon Sun on the wrong. Yeah. Either way, I am going to play Generation 7 before I call it an official 100% completion, and then we'll tally up how well we did. So, either way, thank you guys so much for watching thus far. If you guys have enjoyed, let me know down in the comment section down below. Give me more challenges. Ask me how you want me to improve this. If you want me to do more things like these, or how to streamline them better. Do you want me to live stream the details of this, which I thought would be way too long. But you know, let me know like how I can improve on these type of Pokemon challenges. I love playing Pokemon. As much as sometimes I want to take a break from it and stuff like that, I still love Pokemon. I've always loved Pokemon and stuff, so anything you guys can improve on or think that I should improve on with these videos and stuff, just let me know. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see all you people back here next time for, obviously, we get 3 points. Who are we going to spend it on? Let's go. We got some new candidates here to spend some points on, so let's see how we're going to fare with this team going in Pokemon Sun. Looking for it, or Moon. I'm pretty sure I'm playing Sun. Either way, I'm not sure which one I managed to get, but I managed to get one of them. So, anyways, that's it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all you later. Have a good one. Sayonara.